Detroit is a crime drama film directed by Katharyn Bigelow, the director of The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. I didn't really know a whole lot about this movie going into it. I saw a couple posters for it. I saw one trailer for it that was conveniently attached to Dunkirk, the last 2017 movie I saw. And what I saw from the trailer definitely looked interesting, and when I saw Katharyn Bigelow's name attached to it, I got even more excited because I'm a big fan of her work, especially Zero Dark 30. She's proven to be a great director when it comes to telling us these real-life stories about these really messed up or really unknown events that we as the general public aren't aware of. So Detroit takes place in 1967, obviously in Detroit, Michigan. And in Detroit around this time is when there is a lot of racism towards black people, particularly by the white cops. What I like that the movie did is during the very opening, it provides this little background sequence that explains, you know, how this all came to be. I guess the blacks, when they were living in the South, were promised that if they came to the North, they'd be promised freedom, a chance for equal opportunity. And then when they got to Detroit, they realized it was not at all like that. They were forced into these really secluded neighborhoods where they are just terrorized by the white people there, particularly the police officers that run Detroit. And naturally, it's been causing a lot of tension between white people and black people, and as a result, it's caused these riots to occur in Detroit. Now, getting into the characters for this movie, on one side, you have John Boyega. He's a security guard that's working in Detroit, and what I like with his character is him being a black man that's technically a part of law enforcement. When he sees the way these white cops treat black people, you know, obviously it infuriates him, you know, it depresses him, but he knows that he can't really do anything about it because him being in the situation that he's in, he kind of just has to roll with it. He's just accepted that America is in a pretty fucked up stage right now. I do really love seeing the moments where he's trying to help these black kids that get harassed by these police officers. There's one moment, he helps this one kid, he goes up to this cop, he's like, don't worry, I'll handle this, I'll take him home. You know, pulls the kid aside, he's like, you know what that guy could have done with you? And the kid's trying to talk shit with him, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. And he just says to the kid, he's like, dude, I'm a black belt in karate, alright? If I wanted to snap your neck in half, I would've. Just get your ass home and stop causing trouble. He was like, whoa. Wasn't really expecting to hear those words from Finn, but hell yeah! It's just nice seeing that. He wants to help these kids, but he knows he has to have that no-nonsense policy. He's gotta lay it down with them. It's like, yeah, it sucks. It's brutal. Just stay out of trouble as best you can. I know that's inevitable because the cops here are fucking pieces of shit, but you have to try. And then on the other side, you get to this kid named Larry. He's part of this R&B singing group called the Dramatics. With him is his friend Fred. And one night, the Dramatics were about to get their big break. They were about to perform in front of a big crowd, but because of the riots that are going on, you know, that had to get canceled, so now they're all just making their way back to their own hotel rooms. And on their way back, Larry and Fred, they run into these two really cute white girls. You know, they start talking to them, flirting with them, you know, building a connection with these girls. And, you know, because of that, the girls are like, hey, why don't you come with us? We're gonna go to this apartment. It's a little party going on. You guys should come. And, of course, they tag along because when two hot girls invite you to go to a party, you just don't say no. So they get there with these girls, they meet a bunch of other black people that are all just hanging out, you know, just talking about how, you know, they have it so rough in society right now because of what the police does to them. And at one point, one of the guys who's played by the actor who played Eazy-E in Straight Outta Compton, I don't know his name, but I know that's the guy. He takes out this toy gun, he starts shooting it towards this squad of policemen, just, you know, firing it off. It's not doing anything, it's just making a bunch of noise. That's really freaking out the cops. So the police now aim their guns towards this hotel. They start firing on the room, which ends up killing the guy who played Eazy-E. At this point, two cops show up. They pin everyone against the wall, which includes Larry, Fred, the two white girls, a couple other black guys that were also in this room, and another black guy who's played by Anthony Mackie. And this right here is where the tension in this movie really winds up like a guitar string. One of these cops is played by Will Poulter, and holy shit, I gotta say right now, if it was not established already that Will Poulter is a really good actor, this movie establishes that. I mean, Will Poulter has been in a bunch of movies. I know he was the bratty kid in one of those Narnia movies. He was the weird, awkward virgin in We're the Millers. I know he was also in The Revenant, which he was really good in. This movie, though, holy shit. This guy is a racist, asshole, piece of shit, motherfucker who just has it out so badly for the black people in Detroit. He just goes way too far with the shit that he's supposed to do as a cop, and it's pretty frightening. For starters, he was ultimately the one who shot and killed the guy who was playing with the toy gun. So to make it out like he didn't murder him, he takes a knife, he lies it next to the guy's dead body to make it out like, oh yeah, I shot him, but pulled a knife on me, so it was only in self-defense. And at one point, he's pulling aside all these black kids, you know, he's just scaring the shit out of them, you know, forcing them to, like, stay up against the wall, you're all gonna pray, and you're gonna come with me into this room. And he's bringing these young black kids into these hotel rooms, and he's asking them, it's like, where's the gun? And they're honestly like, there is no real gun. And, you know, he starts, like, shooting near them to freak them out, which makes everyone outside thinks he's killing them. And, you know, in reality, he just shot at the floorboard. You know, he tells them, it's like, you're gonna stay here, you're gonna be absolutely quiet. But he's going out there, you know, telling everyone else, like, yeah, he's dead. Now we're gonna take each and every one of you, keep bringing you in, we're gonna kill every last one of you until we get an answer. Just the way he is with these black people, the way he is with the white girls, accusing them of being hoes and prostitutes, accusing Anthony Mackie of being a pimp after he proves to them that he's actually a guy from the military. It's just like, holy shit, I can't believe people like you actually existed and still exist in this world. It's just some really fucked up shit that gets you on the edge of your seat, that has you sitting there like, I cannot believe that we as a society were like this at one point. And then it's later on, after, you know, they keep interrogating these kids, Will Poulter's partner takes another one of these black kids into the room. He starts interrogating him. You know, Will Poulter, you know, tells him what to do in front of everyone. It's like, take him into that room, and if he doesn't give you an answer, you shoot him and kill him. The problem is, he's not in on the fact that they're not actually killing them, they're just trying to scare them. And when this black kid tells him, it's like, I don't have an answer for you, I don't know how to help you, Will Poulter's partner shoots this guy dead. And Will Poulter comes in. At first, you know, he's a little nervous about what just happened, but then he tells us, like, alright, just calm down, relax, just tell the cops, tell our sergeant that, you know, when you were interrogating him, he grabbed at your gun, you told him to stop, he wouldn't stop, so you had to shoot him and kill him. He's a black guy and we're white. They're going to believe us. Come on. It's like, yeah, you went there. You fucking went there. It's reached the point of the interrogation where Will Poulter and his partner, they realize they're not really getting the information that they need, so they're ultimately deciding to let everybody go. And just after Larry gets away, they pull aside Fred, show him the body of the black kid they just killed, and they ask him, it's like, do you see anything? I don't see anything. And of course, Fred's like, I'm not gonna ignore this. That's a dead body right there. You killed somebody. To which that Will Poulter and his partner are like, okay. And then they shoot and kill this guy. And then what really makes matters even worse is when John Boyega is brought into all of this. John Boyega is brought in by these white policemen to interrogate him because he was in the area that night, even though he wasn't really a part of the situation that was going on. And they confront him. They're all like, you had your revolver with you. There are dead bodies there. Can you explain that to us? And, you know, John Boyega's telling them, it's like, I didn't kill anybody. I wasn't even a part of that situation. Of course, the cops are like, all right, we're going to ask you again. Did you kill those kids? And he's like, no, I didn't. But, you know, because he's black, they're not going to hear him out, and they put him in jail. It's just really, it's the kind of shit that makes you physically ill, knowing that just because this guy is black, they're gonna try to blame everything that happened on him. You really see it take a toll with everybody. I mean, in Larry's case, he can't really sin anymore because, you know, he just lost his best friend. He just witnessed how corrupted the police truly are. With that, he decides to leave the dramatics, just goes out to find his own way. And of course, because of the shit that happens, a trial still needs to happen. So, you know, Will Poulter, his partner, the other cops that were involved, they're put on trial. You know, all the people that they interrogated, they're all, you know, interviewed. And when they're under oath, they tell the lawyers, they tell the judge, they tell the jury, they tell everyone what happened. But even still, the cops, they're just let go. Like, they don't face any real punishment. I mean, you find out at the end that they didn't, you know, pursue active duty ever again, but the fact that they got let off the hook that easy, it's just, no words. No words to describe how fucked up that is. It's definitely some uneasy shit, but Katharyn Bigelow knows how to give us that. So all in all, I must say, Detroit is a very well-made movie. John Boyega was great. The guy who played Larry, don't know his name at the top of my head, but he was really good in this movie. I don't think we've seen a lot of him, but if that's the case, I think we'll be seeing more of him because he brought it in this movie. Will Poulter, though, holy shit. Definitely one of the most disgusting characters I've seen in a movie, definitely this year. This guy has officially proven that he has range to him. I can't wait to see what movies he decides to do next because now I know he's gonna be great in it. I at least have a good feeling about that anyway, because now this guy's proven he can take on pretty much any kind of role. The movie's well directed, well written. I like that it really decided to show us the brutality of the situation. It does make you feel uneasy when the shit's going down. It's tension filled. It's got your heart beating. It's got you on the edge of your seat. It does its job for sure. I mean, we all know that things were really shitty and really bad and fucked up for black people way back in the day. But this movie is just another example of just how bad it really was. My one gripe in this movie is, I know the movie's called Detroit, but for a while, I know they were trying to make it out like the movie was going to focus on the riots that were occurring in Detroit. And it doesn't really do that. I mean, it takes place during the riots, but the riots are not the focus of the movie. And another thing, this isn't really a flaw, but it is something I should address. I didn't know how often I could watch this movie. It doesn't have a whole lot of replay value. It's a very well-made movie. I'm definitely glad I saw it, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna buy it on Blu-ray, and if I'm ever hanging out, just looking for something to do, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna pop in Detroit. I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, probably not gonna be my first choice. So yeah, that's the best way to describe this movie. It is not an easy watch, but it is absolutely worth watching. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time.